So I'm making this right quick to explain and clarify a few things. 1. Later episodes will no longer hide spoilers. Consider this a warning as well, but other episodes will still have a warning at or near the beginning. This will be done so that I can speak more freely. This was brought to my attention by Reddit user Sympathetic Stranger. Quote, I said that Flowey said something so incriminating that I'm surprised that it made it through, but then didn't say what the line was. I'm really glad that this was brought to my attention because it let me know exactly what I was doing wrong. I was doing my best, but this was still me essentially saying, as you can see, or rather can't see, but just take my word for it, etc., etc. The line in this instance, spoilers incoming by the way, the line in this instance was, I am the prince, which was used as a line in a song in what I felt was a very unsubtle way. Certainly there weren't going to be people who immediately got it, not everyone was going to see it as unsubtle, but it was far less subtle than the version of the line used from the source material, I am the prince of this world's future. In this version of the line, he states what he feels he is the prince of, which makes it more recognizable as him saying that he's the metaphorical prince. He also adds a line about regicide, basically saying that the non-metaphorical king must fall in order for him to achieve his goal. Let me clarify why I hid this point. The answer is plain and simple. Paranoia. I've suffered with paranoia all my life, and that tends to bleed into the work that I make. Because I brought up how the musical was advertised for being for people who hadn't or couldn't play the game, I began to think that people like that would see my video. Thinking about it turned into fearing it, and fearing it turned into me making the episode as safe as I could for those people. In fact, I had originally planned to make 2 versions of the first episode before completely reworking the script to be as spoiler-free as possible. The name Old Dreamlord actually originated from that idea, and was originally done so that I didn't have to record my lines twice. Point 2. The name of this series will change for future episodes. Undertale the Musical Needs a Redo was the title I had originally thought of long ago when I first thought of doing this series, but I realize now that this title could be seen as really rude. It was a bad title, and I should feel bad. Part 2 will still be called Part 2, Part 3 will still be called Part 3, and so on, but they will be under the name Undertale the Musical in Review, or A Review, or whatever better name someone in the comments can come up with. I apologize severely to the internet crew for such a rude title being used. Point 3. As a result of my paranoia, certain important lines were cut from the first episode. Those lines will, in all likelihood, be reworked into the scripts of later episodes. These lines were not just cut due to having more spoilers in them, but due to the script page limit that I put on myself to make sure these reviews aren't too long. Though I feel it's important that I keep the page limit to prevent myself from rambling, I, again, feel the need to say that I will no longer be hiding spoilers, opting instead for a spoiler warning. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes, though don't expect them to come out in a timely fashion.